should cater to the indirect contributors. So bakit nyo ini-invest yung subsidy ng government na supposedly yung 80 billion or certain percentage?
Following that line of questioning of Congressman Raul Manuel, curious lang ako dito sa isang article na nabasa ko about the comment of the President. Ang sabi po dito ni Presidente, there was this one chance interview. Ito po ay nilabas ng Inquirer. Sabi po ng Presidente, the reason we do not want to subsidize PhilHealth because the subsidy uupo lang sa bank account ng PhilHealth. Hindi magagamit Marami tayong paggagamitan noon, so that's the simple explanation there. Now, my question is, yung subsidy po ba ninyo, saan nyo normally pinapasok na account ito? Sa savings, sa time deposit, o sa current?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, please.
Of course, the subsidy from the national government receive po ng ating kahera, and ito po ay pinapasok natin dalawang bagay po. Benefit payment, pambayad natin sa mga benepisyo. Pag hindi po natin magagamit, Mr. Chair, of course we have also collection from the direct contributors, ay pinapasok po natin ito sa investment po.
Saan sa?
Investment.
Sa investment din.
Opo.
So ibig sabihin, yung subsidy na supposedly ay binibigay ng gobyerno na tulong para magamit sa healthcare na ipapasok sa subsidy, hindi sa healthcare.
Mr. Chair, let me clarify, Mr. Chair.
Please clarify.
Pambayad po natin sa ating benefit from the healthcare providers, Mr. Chair. That's number one. Pag hindi po siya magagamit because mayroon naman tayong enough funds from the direct contributors as well, kasi ano
pong instance na nagamit ninyo yung subsidy?
Mr.
May
Chair,
mga instance po ba? Kasi kayo na po nagsasabi na ang dami nating pondo. So sobra-sobra yung pondo natin. In fact, may reserve pa tayo. Tapos ngayon, may subsidy. May reserve na, may subsidy pa. So, kasi parang ang interpretation ko dito, ewan ko kung tama yung pagkakaintindi ko, binibigyan tayo ng subsidy para gamitin sa healthcare, pero nangyayari, parang ngayon, naririnig ko po, additional investment na naman po. Kasi, susundan ko po yung statement pa ng ating Pangulo. Ang sabi po ng ating Pangulo, the current problem with PhilHealth is not its budget, nor its coverage, but its system that has been clogged due to its limited processing capacity. So baka mamaya, masyado tayo nakapokus doon sa investment aspect. Medyo hindi na natin, yung serbisyo natin dito sa healthcare, medyo hindi na natin naasikaso. Ito naman talaga ang primary, ito concern lang po ako because ako po meron po akong ka-tie up na dialysis sa district ko. So nung narinig ko po to, kinabahan ako, baka mamaya tamaan yung mga tinutulungan natin mga pasyente, mga dialysis patient natin. But ngayon, naririnig ko po, parang puro investment yung naririnig ko, parang mali yata yung napasok. Yes, please.
Mr. Chair, actually, thank you very much for that comment. Maganda po yung comment nyo. I'll try to answer your question best possible, no? And then I think Sir Net will also want to add, no? Alam nyo, Mr. Chair, ang pwede rin kasi nangyari doon, masyadong malakas yung collection ng premium contributions. In other words, overflowing or na-overstate yung collection ng premium contributions. Secondly, baka pwede rin ang plano namin gawin after the very good comments, Mr. Chair, of Kong Manuel, no? We are going to change our policy and focus more on benefit expansion, which we are currently doing, no? So, ang gagawin namin, well, number one, baka masyadong malakas nga yung overflowing yung premium contributions, diba? And then secondly, we will really focus, or we will continue to what we've been doing in the last 2 years on benefit expansion po, no?
Yes, kasi alam mo, Mr. Ledesma, kami po kasi may sarili kami mga constituents. At number 1 po talaga sa problema ng constituents namin is healthcare. Yan talaga number 1. Ang laking bagay po sa amin yung mga ini-endorse po namin sa DOH, yung mga guarantee letter. Ang laking bagay po niyan. With this PhilHealth, lalong dadagdag po sana yung tulong. Kaya sana, kasi for example, ma-confine ka sa heart center, ang bill mo, 1 million. Sana makukuha ng 1 million yung mga constituents namin. Di ba? Kaya kami, sa totoo lang, kung kinakailangan namin lumuhod sa DOH para matulungan yung constituents namin, ginagawa namin eh. Kaya sana ito pong PhilHealth, mag-focus tayo dito sa talagang focus natin, which is yung healthcare benefit instead sa investment. Because, sorry Mr. Ledesma, chinek ko yung background mo. Investor, mga pinanggalingan mo pala sa mga investment, asset, liability, sum. So galing ka pala sa mga, so I understand magaling ka sa investment. But this is an entirely different matter. So dito, ang investment natin dito, buhay ng tao. Yun ang tinitingnan namin lahat ng mga congressman dito. The chair would like to recognize Congressman Jill Bongalon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Kanina, Mr. Chair, binabanggit ho ninyo na yung government subsidy na pupunta ho doon sa investment.
Mr. Chair, can I make a quick comment to your point before? Very
Sure.
quick lang.
Sure,
Sorry, Mr. Chair.
Yes, please.
Sorry lang, very quick lang, Mr. Chair. Again, I agree completely po with what you said, no? That's why I want to reiterate, we're focusing on benefit enhancements. Katulad po yung sinasabi nyo, yung 1 million, kunyari may heart issue. That's why we are focusing on benefit enhancements and we are being very aggressive. Like for example po, yung breast cancer, diba dati 100,000. Ngayon, nasa 1.4 million na. So ang ginagawa namin po, talagang nag-all out kami doon. So at least, yung out of pocket, diba? Yung out of pocket ng mga taong bayan, or kasi we understand and we hear you loud and clear po, talagang walang pera yung mga, lalo na yung mga indigents, diba? So that's where we're really focused on, no? And talagang hindi kami po titigil yun. Just wanted to highlight that po. Thank you very much po.
Again, thank
Congressman
you, Mr.
Jill.
Chair. This is just a clarification, Mr. Chair, because you have mentioned a while ago na yung government subsidy na pupunta lamang sa investment. Clarification lang sapagkat sa 2023 GAA, ang budget ng PhilHealth ay 100 billion. At ang 80 billion doon supposed to be should cater to the indirect contributors. So bakit nyo ini-invest yung subsidy ng government na supposedly yung 80 billion or certain percentage of that budget must cater to the indirect contributors? Same with the 2024 GAA. Ang budget ng PhilHealth is 60 billion. 40 billion doon ay para sa indirect contributions. So, hindi yun natin maintindihan bakit napupunta lahat sa investment, which is supposed to be, you are here to expand the healthcare benefits of the member contributors. Now, ang question ko lang, Mr. Chair, with the excess funds which you can utilize for the expansion of the healthcare benefits, would that also can cater to the indirect contributors? Pwede mo nyo ba i-cater pa yun? Instead, even if without the subsidy from the government, you have so many excess funds eh.
Mr. Chair.
Please, Mr. Lim Siaco.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, for the year 2024 na lang, Mr. Chair. 2024, this is already benefit payment. When you say benefit payment, lumabas na pera from PhilHealth, Mr. Chair. September financial report. Our benefit payment is 117.6 billion. And Mr. Chair, for the direct broken down into two. Ibig sabihin, saan nanggagaling yung binayad natin ng mga sectors sa membership? 55.2 billion ay from the direct. In other words, these are the paying members, Mr. Chair. And indirect, meaning these are the members, indigent, senior citizens, which are to be funded by the national government. Our benefit payout or benefit payment, Mr. Chair, is amounting to 62.4 billion pesos. Meaning, Mr. Chair, as I mentioned kanina, pumapasok yung pera sa atin, isang one fund concept siya, Mr. Chair. And ito naman, ang utilization ng pondong ito. Sinasabi ko, as benefit payment, ito na po, lumalabas na yung pondo ngayon. As in, lumalabas na po siya. Even year 2023, lumabas po yung pondo. And for year 2023, Mr. Chair, for the indirect, total lumabas na pera ay 58.3 billion pesos, Mr. Chair. 58.3 billion. In other words, Mr. Chair, as I mentioned kanina, pumapasok siya sa kaban ng PhilHealth and binabayad natin sa benefit payout. Pag hindi natin magagamit dahil sa mayroon tayong exist na pondo from the direct and indirect, pinapasok na natin sa investment. Meaning, whatever amount na hindi natin magagasta, Mr. Chair, ay pinapasok natin sa investment to earn something interest, Mr. Chair, para hindi masayang yung pondo na ito. But, Mr. Chair, for the information of everyone and our constituents, Mr. Chair, year 2024, benefit payout amounting to, as of December 6 na ito, Mr. Chair, from cash position report, 155.5 billion already na ilabas ng PhilHealth. Compared to last year na whole year, 118 billion pesos only. So in other words,
Mr. Limsiaco, wala po kaming pakialam kahit ubusin nyo yung pondo ng PhilHealth. Basta't as long as ito magamit ninyo sa health benefit ng mga kababayan natin. Because let me walk you through Republic Act 10606, amending Republic Act 7875, Section 27, Reserve Fund. Sabi po dito, the corporation shall set aside a portion of its accumulated revenues not needed to meet the cost of the current year's expenditure as reserve fund, provided that the total amount of reserve shall not exceed a ceiling equivalent to the amount actuarially estimated for 2 years projected program. Now, whenever actual reserves exceed the required ceiling at the end of the corporation fiscal year, the excess of the corporation's reserve fund shall be used to increase the program benefit, decrease the members' contribution, and augment the health facilities enhancement program of the DOH. The remaining portion of the reserve fund that are not needed to meet the current expenditures obligation or used for the above-mentioned program shall be placed in investment. So, ibig sabihin, pag nagawa muna natin itong tatlong to, saka lang tayo pupunta dun sa investment. Now, question, nag-decrease po ba yung mga membership contribution? Ano po yung nagawa ninyo para mag-decrease yung membership contribution at ma-increase yung program's benefit?
Mr. Chair.
Please, Mr. Ledesma.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. So first of all, Mr. Chair, on the increasing of benefits or benefit packages, in the last 2 years po, dun very aggressive tayo, no? And like I said earlier po, next month, another 50% increase almost across the board, no? On the decrease in premium contributions po, wala po pa kaming nagagawa doon. But number one, we are very supportive. I think there was a bill passed, I think it's on third reading now sa Senate, no, that will bring down the premium contributions from 5% to 3.25%. We are fully supporting that po, no. So to answer your question po, we haven't done anything yet to bring down the premium contributions kasi that's by law, but we are supporting the reduction of the premium contributions, and at the same time, we are aggressively expanding po